When I got a call to review an all-new 7-seater Nissan here in India, I was excited because I thought the iconic and the legendary Nissan Petrol has finally landed here in India. Because you see, the Nissan Petrol is big, imposing, large, 7-seater which has a go-anywhere capability. But my dream of reviewing the Petrol was short-lived when I heard the pricing, which is under 10 lakhs, even in the range-topping version. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the all-new 7-seater Nissan Gravite, and even in this range-topping version, it is a sub 10 lakh rupee car. But let's address the elephant in the room first. Yes, undoubtedly, this Gravite is the Nissan's version or the Nissan's derivative of the Renault Triber. But is it the case of the Nissan Magnite, which is definitely distinct to its Renault counterpart, the Kiger? Or has Nissan simply swapped out the badge and called it a day? That's exactly what we are going to find out throughout the course of this video. You're watching Car and Bike, I'm Bilal, but before we go ahead, you know the drill. It's like, share, subscribe to the Car and Bike YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon as well so that you can be notified every time we bring out a new and informative video such as this one. Packaging and proportion wise, this is no different. The Triber has already got that really well, and that definitely benefits the Gravite over here. However, this being a Nissan, I wish up front it had a proper iconic V-motion grille that we saw on the X-Trail. But that's not the case over here. You do, however, get the C-shaped elements lower down the bumper, which reminds me more of the Datsun Go facelift, which was on sale before the discontinuation. That said, the smoke element in the headlamps look better than the Tribers. The face is surely distinct from the Triber with this blacked out piano finish, and it's surely a good thing. There's also sportier wheel covers, no alloys here compared to Triber, and you get silver finish door handles instead of the body colored one. The rear isn't drastically different from what we have already seen, but ever so slightly smarter. There are the same C-shaped insert that add a lot of character to the rear bumper, and I surely prefer this over the Triber's derriere. As for the exterior paint jobs, you have 5 choices, but this one that we have here is the launch edition, which does get you stylish decals on the side and contrasting orange finishes all around. It does look good, and if you're actually considering one, I would recommend you get this one instead. Now, step inside and the Gravite's cabin is more of a simple yet thoughtfully put together. And it's also well engineered in fact, because it's focused more on practicality than anything else. But one thing that really surprised me was why has Nissan used the dashboard layout of the older pre-facelift Triber instead of the new one? Because this one, it does surely look and feel dated. You have the same elements and there's no efforts made to make it stand out over the Triber either. The one USP of the Triber is its flexible seating and the genuine space on offer in all 3 rows, and the same has been carried over here in the Gravite as well. The versatility it offers with the space and the removable 3rd row seat is unmatched. Even if you don't need the 3rd row, I would love to have a 5-seater with a large cargo area like the one offered here. And the one thing I really want to appreciate is the provision of an armrest for the driver. As for the seats, they have this combination of leatherette and cloth upholstery, which does feel nice and premium, but it will definitely get dirty over time. Now, the cabin layout, that one thing I had a concern with the Triber as well, and it continues here in the Gravite too, is the way everything is put together or the material used here. Sure, I admit this is not a very expensive car, but sure, there are other cars in the same price point, hatchbacks or otherwise, which does offer you a cabin feel which feels more nice and comfortable and more upmarket than the price suggests. This one, it feels more bland and, as I said, inexpensive or utilitarian. Now, this entire cabin, it feels like it's engineered to last longer rather than feel plush. Now, when it comes to powertrain, there's not a lot of choice here. you get only one engine option. That's the 1-liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine, which makes around 72 horsepower and just under 100 Newton meter. And yes, before you ask, it's exactly the same engine which is offered in its Renault counterpart, the Triber. You have a choice of a 5-speed manual that we're driving here or an AMT. Now, there's always been a complaint or a wishful thinking with the Triber that why isn't it being offered with the turbo petrol engine which is offered elsewhere in the lineup, which is the Magnite and the Kiger. Both get a 1-liter turbo petrol engine. The same engine with the turbo attached, and it gets a lot more horsepower. It feels more refined, especially on the highway, and it comes with a CVT automatic. Sure, that 1-liter turbo petrol engine will make this 7-seater people mover more fun to drive and more engaging as well, especially on the highway. But spend some time with it and you'll realize that this Gravite or even the Triber, it doesn't need that engine. You need to drive it as it's supposed to be. It's tuned in a certain way where you drive it at city speed, and the engine, it has enough grunt. Sure, it is a 3-cylinder, it has that vibrations that's usually associated with a 3-cylinder, and it doesn't sound refined either. But at the same time, it has that firepower, if you want to call it, to keep this people mover moving at city speeds. No matter what speed you're doing in the city, you can make use of this compact dimensions and the ease of use that this engine offers. Sure, the turbo petrol engine will make this engine run hotter, and over here, this engine feels slightly more usable. You can run it through the rev range and you can actually make the most out of it, which is usually the case with the smaller engines. You can actually use the full potential of it. Around the city, it feels light and easy to drive as it should. It has enough grunt, as I said, for regular driving in a city. Even the steering is effortless. The clutch is friendly and the seating position, it gives you excellent visibility, which means navigating the Gravite in the city traffic or tight streets or even the crowded parking lot is surprisingly stress-free. And that's the whole idea of this small compact 7-seater. Now we have the manual here, but there's also a choice of AMT, which isn't half too bad. Sure, it is slow, undoubtedly, and lacks the butter smooth shifts, but come on, that's too much asking from this car at this price point. And then when you take it out on the highway, that's a whole different story. Because you might be hesitant at first that you have only got 70 horsepower to play with, such a small car, not a very powerful engine. But when you actually take it out on the highway, it would surprise you. Because the grunt that is available in the city, it is still there on the highway as well. You can actually hold highway speeds with this one effortlessly, which is a big surprise. However, at the same time, you do load it up with 7 people and their luggage, and then you might have a very different experience. You would have to plan your overtakes every single time, and you'll also have to work the gearbox a lot. But otherwise, that's the only gripe. This engine is it's surprisingly good. We saw it in the Triber and here in the Gravite as well. It's no different. Even the ride quality is actually one of the highlights of the Gravite. The suspension is tuned nicely for the Indian roads and soaks up potholes and rough patches without much drama. And thanks to its decent ground clearance, speed breakers and bad roads aren't really a concern either. So all in all, if you drive the new Nissan Gravite the way it is intended, that is calm, composed, relaxed, family-oriented even, this one, it will never give you one reason to complain. So should you buy the Nissan Gravite? Well, if you're someone who needs maximum space for minimum money, this one becomes very appealing. It's suitable for large families who moves together regularly, or for those buyers who would be upgrading from a small hatchback but doesn't have the budget of a sub-4-meter SUV, especially not the new ones, and they could also do with more seats as well. For them, the Gravite offers something very few cars do at this price point: true practicality. However, if you want plush-feeling interiors, modern-day features, and creature comfort, or even strong highway performance, they wouldn't be a fan of, as was the case with the Triber 2, what the Gravite has on offer. Because the Gravite's focus is clear. It's more about utility, affordability, and flexibility. So where does the Nissan Gravite actually fit in today's market? Well, think of it like that one reliable multi-tool that you carry in your backpack. It might not be the flashiest thing that you own, but when you actually need it one day, it comes in incredibly handy. And the price tag, it still lies in the firm, affordable zone. Because sometimes the best car isn't the most fastest or the flashiest one. It's the one that simply makes your life that much easier. And the Nissan Gravite, it does it really well. And that's all from me in this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, do hit that like button and share this video with someone who's looking to buy a small family car and they might consider the new Nissan 7-seater, the Gravite. And if you have any other questions regarding this car or any other car in this price range, do let us know in the comments, and I promise we will address them all personally. And that's all from me in this video. This is Bilal signing off. Until next time.